This one's the perfect gift for the friend who's been getting a little too comfortable during quarantine, Manscaped, and their new performance.
this world has room for everyone. Good Earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful.
gentlemen. Can you hear me? That's nice. Hopefully everybody else can. Do we have Mosquito or anyone watching?
I believe she is, but she's also got
The usual. That's fine. Let me switch this over. Alright, I believe that should be good. I don't know. Let me check real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Let me just see. I'll just roll some dice. And
it's on Twitter,
R,
whatever the fuck this is.
slash R.
No, you gotta be fancy with it.
There we go.
That should be it. All right, that's great.
That should be it. All right. That's great.
Whoops, there's that echo.
No, the echo's back.
No, it's gone. There isn't.
Oh my god.
Sounds good.
Come on.
If there was an echo, I'd probably like lose it, but there isn't. So everything seems to be where it's supposed to be, which is great. Anyways, gentlemen, how are you? Nice to see you finally. And this week it's only half an hour past. Yeah, half an hour past where we should have been. But what are you gonna do? And this week we also have 2 players with us, since a couple of them couldn't be there. But that's what happens. People have things to do. So.
Yep.
We're going to do another, I guess you call them one-shots, or, you know, a chapter, so we can do stuff, try some stuff out, and have a little bit of a good time. And maybe we'll have more people next week, or Wednesday, or whatever we can get things going.
People, join us.
Yes, join us. All right, who are we? I'll tell you what, let's go over and you guys tell me who you're playing, and a little bit about your character, maybe, while I set some stuff up over here. How about that?
Yeah, buddy.
Alright, well, I'm playing Anon. I like hand grenades. Very lucky. It's the most important.
Lucky.
Well, I saved us in, multiple occasions. So. And, I got a bag full of tons of random materials that will help us out.
Fire?
Basically, right? Just a big thing of fire. Is that? That's just fire bombs, fire grenades.
Holding
Right now it is a bunch of fire bombs. If I screw up, I'm gonna take out a block too.
That's good to know. I'll make sure. Hopefully, it doesn't happen.
Away from you?
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about the fact if I accidentally drop one at my feet, what might happen.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And at least you understand that it could not go very well. So, all right, and then we've got Jason. That was Bobby. Jason, who are you playing today?
So I'm playing my character Darnak. He has over the last few games become a full synth and fully augmented, which kind of seems like it's starting to glitch on me. Last game he wasn't doing so well. He was kind of twitching around. So what's happening there? I haven't figured that out yet. He's an interesting character. Likes to figure stuff out. Likes to have things. Likes to do things first, then figure out who he just shot. So between Anon and I, there's a lot of destruction.
Destruction is good.
Yeah.
Nice. Fantastic. All right. So, last time we left it, you guys were in the city of Needless, which isn't really a city. It's quite small, and your typical dusty desert town in the middle of the wasteland. Population of a couple thousand, and you guys are lucky enough to pretty much be stuck there. Traversing the wasteland on foot is not really an option since temperatures become unbearable during the day, and it's a couple hundred clicks to any of the cities nearby, which you are somewhat close, I'd say, to Omega, which is the region's largest mega city, which is where I believe you guys might have been headed, if I remember correctly. I want to say that's where it was. I don't know. And last week, a desert barge happened to come into town, which rarely happens or whatnot, but that's their best bet probably out of there, unless you find a vehicle or something, or can learn how to fly. I don't know. But you guys are short, I believe, money, and you're trying to figure out transport. So you guys did a little adventure last time, a little mission to try to make some money, where you guys went out and you pretty much picked up a case that somebody carried off of the desert barge. And in the case, after he pretty much threw it at you and took off, and then you fought a couple guys, got in their car, whatnot, went and dropped this off to this man, and this one of the major players in town, which name is Behringer, and it pretty much ended up being a steak. Now, in this world, steaks are not cheap and they're very rare.
Is that a joke?
That's how he cooked it too, coincidentally. But where it came from and how long it was in its cryo cooler, who knows? But whoever that was originally intended for, from what you found out, is probably not too happy about that. But we'll get into that. So, you guys wake up in the same apartment you guys have been renting for the last couple of weeks since you've been there, and you look around, and you do not see C-Note or Leviosa, which is the pink cat, in the room. You're not quite sure, they didn't say much, or what they were doing, or where they went for that matter.
We still have all our stuff.
You do have all your stuff. They didn't seem to take any of it.
That's nice.
And so you guys awaken. And you see the sun starting. The sun once again is going down, because it's really too hot to do anything in the day.
It's hot. It smells.
The typical, yeah. It's not nice. What would you like to do, gentlemen?
Did we look at the comms and see what we got for a job today?
Alright, so you're thinking of checking out the exchange? See what pops out at you? Alright, you pull it up, and like I said, it's a small town, so there really isn't much. There's something for like 5,000 credits, which looks like, once you read through everything, it looks like some girlfriend wants to go after her boyfriend for something. And there's another one that pops up, which is about 40k, which is kind of nice, you figure. But besides that, there's nothing else, so what are you guys thinking?
Interested in some relationship. So let's check out the 40k one.
Alright, now remember.
Relationships just get that.
They do. They do. Alright, so yeah, right. So the 40k one, it's pretty much a vehicle recovery, which is kind of piques your interest because, once again, a small town like this, there's not really much driving around the streets in the way of nice vehicles. And you go over, you select, you accept the mission and the payout and all that, and it pretty much tells you that the vehicle is kept in a garage, just on the edge of town, and that you're to get the vehicle and bring it back. Pretty straightforward. You also know you're not sure how long the desert barge is in town, so that might be something you want to figure out and check on, if that's what you're going to do.
How much was it to get on the desert barge, or do we not know?
You didn't end up actually going up to talk to anyone last time. since they just pulled up and you saw the gentleman come out. Pretty much when the desert barge rolls up with the warehouses and all that, they start unloading some stuff and, loading different items that Needless has. But usually the desert barges, they're set up with a couple of levels. They have cargo on the lower level, and then they actually have a market on the upper or the middle level, which they usually open up because it's the easiest way of doing it, rather than taking everything off the desert barge and setting up a big market. It's already on there, and that way, people who are traveling have a place to eat. It's usually set up like a little bazaar, so you have places to eat, you have merchants and all that. But you do not know what the cost of passage might be for this one.
We're gonna go figure that out or what?
Yeah, we probably should figure that out, because we should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Out of town. We can figure that out, then we can...
Do we have the location of the vehicle?
We can...
no?
It says it's on the outside of town in a garage, or on the outer edge of town in a garage area, so... You do have the location, yes.
It's our best bet in town, so let's go do that. Let's go over and figure out what it's going to cost us to get on this thing.
Alright, so you guys head out towards the desert barge?
Yes.
Alright. You leave, and like I said, the sun was going down next day or whatever, and people are starting to come out. It's not a very populated city or a town, but there are some people who are coming on the streets, a couple of vendors and all that. The warehouse in the desert barge area is not that far. It's probably like a, 5-10 minute walk tops. And like I said, there's not a lot of vehicles and stuff. Once in a while, you'll see a ratty drone, like, go by, carrying stuff or ferrying goods. But there's not a heck of a lot in the way of technology and infrastructure in this place. It's a lot of, sand-colored buildings that are kind of crumbling from the sun and all that. So you pull up and you walk down the alley into like the area where they have it, where the two big warehouses are on each side, and up ahead in front of you is the sand barge, desert barge, and it's like I said, it's got 3 stories on it, and it's on huge levitation pads, and right now it's just kind of just hovering about 3 meters over the surface. Its main ramp is down, and you have various people who are coming into and out of the desert barge. And you see a couple of security guys. Obviously, they don't want people hitching rides without paying, and they also don't want people to, cause a lot of trouble. So the security on these desert barges is usually pretty well. And you see that these guys have like a level 3 armor, and they've got full desert garb, which means they've got cloths and they've got cloaks that are the same color as the desert. And they appear to have machine guns, and they're just, as you guys walk towards the desert barge, they just watch you as you approach.
Alright. So I guess the thing to do would be how much is passage?
Alright, there's not really a ticketing office or anything, and the desert barges pretty much, it varies depending on the captain and the crew. This isn't something that's set up that's like our bus system or anything, a train system. It's pretty much whatever they want for the passage is going to be the price. And you see at the bottom of the stairs is 2 of the security guards, a gentleman who is talking to them, who appears to have the badging of like a first officer.
So I'm gonna ask him, be like, hey, what would it cost to get us out of town?
Alright, you walk up to him, he looks over at you. You're interrupted his conversation with his 2 security guards. And he's like, you're looking at 20.
See, I have that, so I can leave.
Well,
Because
okay.
I had my finder's fee that bumped up my pay from the last time.
Mm-hmm. That's right, you did.
But expense for you to go get 20? I don't know.
He looks at you guys and he's like, well, unless you want like first class. Do you want just a place to sit, or do you want a cabin? What do you want?
Just want to get out of town. What's your cheapest rate?
And then he's like, all right, so yeah, for the two of you, 40, 20 each. When we'll probably be here for another day or two, tops.
That car quick. We can get out of here.
This isn't gonna work. We gotta find something else.
I mean, I can get out of here. It seems like it's a you problem.
Spend 20 to go get 20. Does that make sense, Bonnie? Anon, son.
Didn't you just say that? Or I thought the job was for 40.
20 each.
Probably go get it for extra money.
That's a bad option.
All right. So, are we going to get the vehicle? Is that what's going on? I mean, like you said, you've got a little ways, a little bit of time before the barge actually leaves. So, it's up to you. I mean, you know, there's a market, and there's usually things on board.
If it's not going to take us long to get there, it'd be better for us to have some extra cash.
Well, I mean, it's a small town, like I said. So, you're looking at probably 20 minutes too, where the garage is. Tops.
Let's do that because I'm not spending 20 to get 20.
All right. So you decided? Are you paying? He's like, do you want to pay for your passage now? So we hold your spot.
That might be good.
Okay. And he holds out a vault card.
What?
It's like 10 now and 10 when you board.
I guess the only problem would be is do we actually have proof that we gave him 10?
Are you guys asking him this or amongst yourselves?
No, I'm talking to Jason too.
Well, listen, I'm trying to find a different way to do this. There's another vehicle. It's a small town. We could just walk there, you know?
Where a walk over. All right, no. So the sand barge is your trip out of town, not through town. It's not a taxi. It's not going to bring you over to the vehicle, which is literally 20 minutes walk, if that, 15, 20 minutes. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anon, let's walk.
Yep. Go ahead.
Let's talk about paying the guy again. Not paying him. Let's go. We're out of here.
Paying him to get out of town. I think what we have here is a failure to communicate.
I'm holding on to my money. I'm walking. We're out of here.
All right.
You're the smart one today.
All right.
Okay.
And Darnak turns around and walks off. He's like, you know what? F this. We're going to go get this vehicle. What are you doing? Are you following him? Are you giving the first officer money?
No, I'm not giving any money.
All right, I'll follow you because my character's not the brightest. So
Just hold on to the bag. Keep your money. Let's go.
All right. So you guys leave, and then the first officer just kind of like shakes his head, and just great. You guys are walking, and you have the location on your comm term, so it's not hard. Like I said, Needless isn't a big city. You're not going to get lost. It's pretty much you walk down to the main strip, and you walk for 15 minutes to you get to the edge of town. So you guys are headed down that way, and then all of a sudden you see this man in front of you who's in covered in a tan desert cloak. His head is wrapped with a desert scarf, and he's actually give me 2 charisma checks. Anon, give me 1 first, and then Darnak. Or yeah, give me perception.
yeah, luck wins out again.
8's not bad. I'll take it.
My charisma's 7.
What's your perception there, buddy?
Oh, perception. Well,
I did say charisma.
that's a 3.
Okay, good. Anon. What'd you roll, Bob?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. What about you, Darnak?
Oh, that was an 8.
Just don't roll a 1. Did you roll, Jay?
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
It didn't show me. That's why. I was like, all right.
Well, I got it over here.
All right, so yeah, you both notice him kind of walk up, and he's one of those figures. Like, I mean, around town you have all the people who are in desert garbs, light fabric covered, covering them to try to keep off the sun during the day, and light enough and airy enough that they can actually breathe. Mostly civilians, but this guy kind of stands out, and he stands up. He's in front of you, and he shouts out, "Anon, I have a message for you. The boss says hi." And if you remember who the boss was, you're thinking of the sand pit,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you wouldn't know because Darnak, you're playing Darnak, but this is, two different characters. So you're okay. So that's why he only says Anon. The boss.
No, I said hi back. I mean, it's
Okay.
nice to get a greeting.
All right.
You know?
Let's roll initiative.
You know this guy?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, no.
There's some past history. Nothing terrible. It's fine.
You tell me?
We should just leave.
Bobby, give me a roll.
Unfortunate.
Anon goes on a. Did you roll? Give me initiative.
9.
Why is it not jumping up? I don't know. Hold on. See, I see that now. Why did it take so long? It's actually hiding. Oh, that's great. It's hiding behind the.
It does.
There we go. And Darnak at a 7. All right. See, now the wonderful thing about using this to roll is you guys can see when I'm rolling. I don't. Oh,
You gotta get a dice so you can just roll there and then lie to us.
wait,
Roll.
wait here. I have them. Oh, I have them right here, just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't get a 7. I got a 12.
Exactly. DM's prerogative.
All right.
Drinking there, Anon.
Juice.
All right, and on you go first. You definitely. So he says hi. You say hi back, and you see him. His desert wrap kind of blows open, and you see him go for a weapon.
I'm gonna go for.
Whoa.
Is he really close to us?
You're looking about 20 meters.
I guess I'll go for an incendiary grenade.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
Lights and grenades.
Give me an attack.
Really?
Attack roll.
Give me an attack.
D12.
D12. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's lucky.
Is that a 12?
Yep.
Thank God.
I mean, I can clearly see that it's a 12. I just wanted to clarify that that's what you rolled so far. Is this going to be another one of those I roll like shit games?
So.
Yeah, for you guys. It's not fun for me. All right, give me damage there, buddy.
I don't know if it. I've got it written down as D8 times 4.
What the hell? Who uses D? I did definitely. You know what? You definitely got that off the old system. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it probably was the old system. I never updated.
I also broke it.
D8.
I broke you guys for a second there.
Well,
I don't know. I keep closing menus, and you kind of locked up.
look at me. He's pointing.
What the heck did I do? Look at that. Yep. See.
I was just blinking.
Well, one of these days, we'll get rid of all this technical stuff, and we'll be whatever. This is still an early test run. Yeah, definitely. Hold on. Why are you not? Hold on. Let me see. How can I get your turn?
In a loop,
Yeah.
and you're not even augmented.
Yeah, I know. That's great. It knows
it's your
what's going on.
character.
It is your character. That's perfect. I mean, it's not going to be that noticeable. Hold on. Let me see. What the heck?
Glitched. I'm out.
There we go. You're back. Are you? Just don't do that. I really thought it was locked up again. You guys. All right. Where's the damage? That's what I was looking for. So hold on. Where do? I've got way too much charts.
I'm looking for it right now too.
Hmm.
Oh, here we go. Weapons. Explosives. Incendiary. Let's try it through.
It might be a D8 because I think you had the old one. No.
Incendiary, yeah. So incendiary is 4d12 times 4.
Why would I ever give you that? I should-
Odd.
Oh yeah, I remember. Because why not?
12 times 4? Oh. Wow.
Oh, luck of the draw, you know.
Yeah, 4d12 times 4. All right. Well, go ahead.
Thank God you rolled well.
Give me your damage then. That's why you have to have a calculator for this game too, because. Because. Didn't it add it? Where's the add? Why can't I see? Oh wait, I know why I can't see. Let me switch this over to
I'll
here.
say that it was a thing that was added
Yeah,
before us.
29.
Where'd that go?
Oh, it's there. It's under the chat window. So if you go back to chat, scroll all the way down. So you did 29 times 4 there, buddy.
Alright, so I lucked out.
100 and,
It's a good thing I went with a character with high luck.
At least you didn't roll a 1. See, I like using the D12 because you roll 12s and 1s more often. Is that true? Is that right? 29. All right.
116.
4, 116. All right. So literally. Great. Where is this guy? He's right here. Alright, so you take out this incendiary grenade. Darnak, you look over, you see this grenade fly through the air, 20 meters, dead on. It knocks this guy in the head, lands by his feet, and then just erupts in flames right in front of him. Boom! This big fireball blasts out, and it clears, and you don't see him for a minute because there's just fire engulfing the whole area. What are you gonna do?
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you don't see him. There's fire. You lost visual on him. What are you doing?
I just think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Darnak, what are you doing? Jay,
Am I here?
That's
Or
you.
it was-
you.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
I could.
Cover. I'm ducking.
All right,
Get
I
out of the way.
couldn't hear you. Didn't hear you at all. So that's why I was like, "What are you doing, buddy? It's quiet.
Yeah.
I'm waiting." I'm like,
Uh,
"What's going on, huh?"
yeah, I must have come out for a second. No, I'm trying to cover because I'm kind of like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, so explosion. You just lose complete sight as this fireball erupts in the sky. You've got like a building. You can kind of like some containers and stuff outside. You can duck behind.
Yes.
He actually he heard like an "oh fuck" from down there, and then yeah, he lost his turn. He's not completely dead, so we're gonna roll initiative again. But pretty much what you see is like an article of clothing, because you know he had these cloaks and stuff on. Just he throws those away, and it's just like this burning into the street. He doesn't look
I was counting on.
too happy at all. So let's roll initiative again.
This is not going to help my debt problems.
You're fine.
That
You're
problem
fine.
is- Hang on. What happened?
I've made mistakes.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got 10. Jeez. All right. Darnak, give me one.
See, the trick is that it's like what?
I thought part of that.
No,
Who just... All right, I saw what it was. So that's fine. All right. So, A9, you chuck your grenade. Big explosion. You see Darnak kind of jump, or move over to the building to get behind some cover. You see him throw off his cloak into the street. It's burning. He doesn't look very happy. Let's put it that way. What would you like to do now? As you can just see him going and pulling out a assault rifle. You see him pull out an assault rifle. So, Anon, you're up first. What are you doing?
I guess a grenade.
Another? Okay.
Well, I have a regular grenade, so
Okay. Why don't you give me that?
You haven't what?
1d12.
they're not useful. That's unfortunate.
That's what I like. All right, give me a luck check, please. Fuck. All right, so Darnak, you look over, right? And Anon's he's just fixed on this fire. He's just got this grin of satisfaction watching as this flames are ripping through it. You see the cloak and all that, and you see him pull out a grenade, another something, right? He primes it, and he goes to chuck it, and he loses his grip, and it falls right by his feet. Right by his feet. Luckily, however, he was really lucky, and it bounced, goes down, plops on his feet, and he kicks it at the same time. And it sends it down, and it explodes not too far away from you. So, luckily, it did no damage to you or the guy. Yeah. So that just happened. And he's kind of looked over at you when he dropped it and kicked it, kind of with this oh shit look, but he was fine. Darnak, what are you doing?
It clearly pissed this guy off, so I'm gonna pull a pistol and try and finish this dude off.
Pulling out a pistol?
Yeah. Pistol.
What are you doing, like burst?
Do like a 3-round burst center mass.
Okay. Give me some text. 3d12, please. Those are some nice shots. All right. So this grenade explodes, right? Pretty close, and it shakes you. You're like, whatever. So you pull out your pistol, you aim down the street, and you fire. Unfortunately, nothing hits him. Or fortunately for him, because now he gets to do something. He appears to still be on fire, by the way. And he pulled out an assault rifle. He's not happy. Whatever clothing he had is scorched and charred. And it seems to have gone out. Most of it seems to have been the outer covering or whatever, which he threw into the street. But he doesn't look too happy. And he pulls out his assault rifle and he fires at you guys. Let's see what he does. Fires 2-round bursts. Rolling. No, that's not good for one of you.
That's not good.
What's your armor levels? If I
I
may.
have no armor.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, accidents happened the last time I had armor.
Yeah, you're right.
3.
What's that?
I have level 3.
Okay, so that's one round burst. And we'll see what he does in just a second. What's that?
He doesn't. He doesn't know that he's shooting at a man full of grenades.
Doesn't. I mean that. Listen, that 12 is gonna suck for one of you.
Aren't you in the middle of the street, by the way, though? Like,
You're off to the sidewalk, right? 12, so 2 hit.
a 1.
So you each get hit. Unfortunately, 12 hits you, Jason. And the round does 20 points. 1 second, let me find the hit chart. I want to know where you get hit.
Yeah, where?
Yeah, this could be a short game. 1 moment, please. Quick reference.
He tells me I'm killing you.
After all the games, if that's what happens. Where is it? But 1 second. Let's see.
On this one, huh?
What's that?
I'd say cover did nothing for me on this one.
It did, but that 12, unfortunately, kind of took that away. So now let's see what we got. What was that? 20 damage to your. As long as you didn't get a, I think that's your torso. Yeah. All right. So you take 20 points of health, or to your torso. To your torso. Yeah.
Alright, well, I have 25 points of armor, so.
It blows through the armor because it was a 12.
Great. So, my augmented torso is type. What was that here? 6? V1? Oh no, version 1. Never mind. Can't read my own name. Yeah, so that's a 20.
Mhm.
So is shot.
All right.
That's not good.
So he lets off this rounds. Let me see what happens to you real quick, Bobby. Where you get hit. So you literally, I mean, this round hits you and blows right through your chest, which isn't going to be even.
Oh, that's good. It's a good thing I've got a backpack full of grenades.
Yeah, that's worked out well for us so far.
That's all right. That's not your head though, so you're okay. Bobby, you were taking 32 divided by, and you don't have armor. You said, right? That's also your torso. So you take 32 points of health.
So it brings me down to 28.
And that was only the first burst. Jay, your torso is shot, right? You had 0?
So if we rip right through the armor, do I knock that to 0? Like it shattered?
No, it didn't shatter. It just got through the armor. So now there's a hole in your armor. So it absorbed a point of damage, your armor. So you took only 19 points to your torso,
That means I'm at a 1 for my torso.
which is better than being at a 0. Also, give me a luck check and an endurance check.
Oh, here we go. Alright. Luck.
Okay,
50-50.
it's not a 1.
Nah,
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're lucky. It misses your pretty much your vital organs, which are still inside, which actually might help, and we'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, that didn't feel that good. Since you're augmented, you're able to dull the receptors down pretty instantly. But you know it's not good because you definitely felt it go out your back, pierced through completely, and there's a spray of a mix of blood and biofluid So there's white fluid mixed in with your blood, making this nice pink color, like Pepto-Bismol.
Definitely looking on a what?
Yeah, Bobby. So he fires at you guys, right? One round blows through your buddy. One round hits you two. It doesn't feel good at all. And that was only the first round of burst. So let's do another round, and hopefully he doesn't get a 12. Okay. And let me roll this. Give me a D4. I'm just rolling a D4 because I don't want to roll a D12. It's basically an odd and even. So Bobby, you get hit.
Alright.
Come on.
See, that's how you're determining. I get hit if it's odd, he gets hit if it's
Yeah,
even.
exactly. And usually I would roll a D20 or a 12, or something here. But since we're using this, I can just roll a D4, see which one gets hit. Luckily. Okay. What just happened? I feel like everything is lagging. Bobby, what do you got?
So I'm pretty sure I'm done.
Give me a luck and an endurance check.
So luck.
What?
Explode. Yeah, I'm 7.
And then endurance. All right. Yeah, so Bobby, you're there. This whole effect happens. You know, you chuck the grenade, hit him on his head, it landed by his feet, and exploded in a fireball. And you love fire, and you love fireballs. So you were very pleased with yourself. You know, you see Darnak goes over and tries to take cover as good as he could. And you pull out a grenade, you drop that at your feet, and you're able to kick it away far enough where it doesn't damage you guys. There's some pistol fire, and you see the guy just pull out the assault rifle. And he hits you twice. And 2 rounds hit your chest. And the next thing you know, you just feel this sharp, sharp pain, and everything goes black. And you fall to the ground. Initiative.
That's not good.
Anon, initiative. Did you get a 1? No. You got an 11?
11.
Darnak, you don't, Anon, you don't need a roll for this because you're out. What'd you get, Darnak?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. Which 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Just have to do it in order. Jesus. Okay.
Let's see.
I want to run.
You're dead. Shut up.
Running could be good.
That was
Well.
okay.
There is more burst fight rolling. Why is everything taking so long? Come on, hold on. It says rolling the dice. Think, roll. I'm literally about to just start rolling these because this is just not working. Come on. 30.
Yeah, it's glitchy tonight. I don't know why.
Alright, is that what I rolled? Did it just roll a 12 and a 12 and a 7?
Come on, really?
I mean, that's what it says, right? It says rolling 3d12. I feel like it didn't roll the
12, 7.
it didn't roll the dice though, so I'm gonna re-roll that because I want the freaking dice.
That's better.
Okay, so he lets off another couple of bursts, right? Just and bullets ricochet around you and impact the building, but he does not hit you, and your armor level, you might get a bullet chunked off your arm, but it didn't do anything. What are you doing?
So, seeing as I didn't have much luck with the 9mm, click on away.
I'm sorry. What did you just? What are you taking out?
The mag rifle I've been carrying around.
Yeah.
Because this dude's obviously pissed. He already killed somebody. Now I'm freaking out. So
Actually, give me a bravery check.
I need to make
Jay.
a statement here. Yeah.
Give me
Right now.
yeah. Give me a don't. Okay. Yeah, you
Fine.
see Anon go down hard, start
Yeah.
bleeding out on the ground, and you got rounds ricocheting around you and stuff, and you pull out the MPR, the magnetic particle rifle.
Yep.
So do your shot. What did we say? It's a single shot, right?
It's 150 beautiful energy and light. So, yeah, 1d12, right?
Yes.
So we said on that?
Yeah. It's got an additional hit prop
Please
too,
be
doesn't
good.
it? Just don't-
Here we go.
Is that an 8? Yeah,
It's, a-
that's an 8.
it's not terrible.
I mean, it didn't. Look at how it's teetering on my screen. It's like teetering on the
Oh, mine
side.
too. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's cocked.
Listen, roll 20. I don't. Gravity's not working correctly. That's pretty much what's going on. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it?
You want to keep that or pull it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can. You think you're gonna get better than that? I don't know.
Just in sake of fairness.
All right. So remember, there's a +3 to hitting that or shooting with that. You remember that, right? So
Yep.
you did an 11. give me a 1d12.
1d12. Okay.
Here's your damage. Now give me a times 20.
6 times 20?
Yeah. It's 120, I believe, right?
Yeah.
All right. You look over. He just goes down hard. This guy is rounds are impacting all around you, right? You switch over to your MPR, your magnetic particle rifle, and you know what it looks like. Unfortunately, Anon's currently out, so he doesn't get to. But for the sake of anyone that may be interested, it's literally this magnetized shot. So the rifle quickly charges and then fires this round, and behind it, it has a spiraling effect of light as it just courses through, and it kind of like leaves ribbons of bluish white light, and it just kind of dissipates in the air. The round hits him, and he doesn't move. You know, he was kind of advancing on your position and stuff, and you see the round just continue like it didn't. It kept going. I mean, it just went through him and continued. And you're not quite sure where it went, but it took off, because these rounds, you know, they travel through pretty much anything. They don't like to stop. Whatever armor he had on or may have been wearing, pretty much he threw out or off, you know, was ruined in the first explosion. And you see him, he looks down at his chest, because there is a, you know, he was like 20 meters to start, so he's pretty much 10 meters away. So, you know, you can kind of see, and you just see this hole in his chest. He looks down, and he looks back up at you, and he just falls and collapses onto the ground, his clothes smoldering and still somewhat burning. Yeah, and yeah, he's done. What are you doing there, Darnak?
See if there's any life left down.
Would you? All right, you go over and check on him. Give me a 1d12. Give me a roll for intelligence 8. All right. What do you have on you? Do you have any stims? Do you have a revive kit? I can
Can I look through his bag and see what he had?
go ahead. You're quick. I mean, he's clearly got wounds. He's bleeding out on the fucking ground.
Yeah. I don't have any stims or anything. So.
You're going to need. Hold on. Let me find it. What you're really going to need here, because he's not dead yet, but he's getting there.
He's looking at the light.
He sees the light. Your only chance really is to A, find a doctor, or B, go through his stuff and see if he's got literally a revive or a critical trauma kit.
I'm like, we're outside of town. There's no fucking town.
Well, no, you were headed out of town. You're not that far from where the sandbarge is. You were probably 5 minutes
Okay.
before you saw him walk down. So you're not out of town for the most part, and like it's a small town. You have give me an endurance check there, Bobby. Anon. I'm sorry, I'm going to continue to call you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so many.
You lose another 15 points. Remember, because you're not officially dead until you're negative 60. If you hit negative 60, then you're game over. But yeah, Jay, right now you need or Darnak, you need a critical trauma kit or a revive kit.
So yeah, I'm just gonna fish to his back and
Okay.
set up a grenade.
All right. Anon, what do you have in your bag? Do you have any of this in your bag of holding? What do you have any medical stuff, or did you literally just buy all grenades and?
There is one medical kit, but there are a lot of grenades to fish through.
Okay. Then let's. Do you have anything other than a medical kit or something that he might find?
No, just a medical kit.
Standard or advanced?
It just says med kit.
Okay.
So I think it's just a regular one med kit.
Yeah, it's got like band-aids and alcohol.
Yeah. So he's bleeding out. Give me a. I mean, you give me a luck check, Jay. Darnak.
Out with that pen.
All right. It's and then give me an endurance there, Anon, again. I don't know where that's up. All right, you only take another 2 right now.
So
All right,
you can't find anything?
you do find a medical kit, but once again, it looks like your standard med kit. It's got bandages and stuff. You're not looking for, or you didn't find it in advance or anything. What are you at right now for health? Negative what?
It says negative 17, so I was down 28, but I had 28, but I didn't pick it up. Lost total from that one attack.
Gotcha. I think it was what, 13? Negative 13.
Yeah, so it's negative 13, so I'm at 20, 30, negative 30.
Okay. So he's all right, Darnak. What are you doing? Because
I'm just gonna put them off and see this shit out here.
all right, you look around. Give me. Let's see. Does it have? No? Okay. All right. You look up and down the street, and most people cleared away when the freaking fireball blew up in the sky. And there's some people who are creeping back out and stuff under the street. You look. Is there any? Where exactly are you going with him?
Medical, somebody could help. Hey, I'm panicking right now. I'm just gonna throw him over my shoulder and run back towards people.
All right. Let me see. Where is the map of town? Which I do have. I gotta streamline this so I can show you guys maps and stuff because maps are fun.
So like, looking how to help man down. See if anybody hears me.
So you're yelling, looking around. All right, give me a luck check.
Here we go.
Just don't get a 1.
It's not bad.
All right. I mean, yeah. You've give me a strength check too, because he's not light. I mean, are you taking his bags and stuff too, or are you leaving all of it there? Huh?
And doesn't that help?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, all right. So you picked him up and most of his stuff, let's say, and you're headed back towards like the direction of the sand barge.
Because that bag got us into trouble.
All right. You head up around the corner, and like I said, you weren't that far from the sand barge, so you see a couple of the security guys and stuff, and they're kind of like look at you. I mean, that's your closest thing to town, or in that area that you were. I mean, like I said, you walked around 5 minutes. Give me another endurance check there, Anon.
I'm trying.
All right, take another 5 points, as you're still bleeding out. Yeah, so up ahead you see the sand barge, and the first officer's not there, but a couple of the security guys are. And Darnak, you think maybe that's your best thing at this time? If you...
There's nobody else around. It's a barge. They gotta have some medical shit on them.
All right, you run up to them and stuff, and they look at you carrying this body. What are you gonna say there, buddy?
I need medical attention. Revive kit, bandages, anything.
Give me a charisma check. They kind of look at you and they're like,
Stop. Something just like.
they kind of just like look at you and they're like, yeah, it's gonna cost you.
Okay.
It's like we've got a medical officer on board. Not gonna be cheap.
We need him.
Give me another endurance check. All right, take another 4 points. All right, pretty much they let you onto the sand barge, and you kind of you walk up the gangplank or the cargo ramp or whatever into the sand barge. You look around, and a medical officer comes up to you with 2 security guards. Put him down. Put him down. She says. All right. Bobby, give me one more endurance check. Okay. So they put him on the ground, and you see the medical officer pull out a more advanced medical kit. And they tell you to back away or whatever, move away from him. They cut his shirt open, put little paddles on it, and charge him up. Let's see if you're going to be able to come back from this, though. I'm going to need 3 endurance checks. What's your endurance?
Go ahead and roll them.
You can roll them one at a time, because that's more.
Yep.
That's even.
So my endurance is a 5.
Okay. So whatever.
Yeah, not the best.
No. So give me the rolls, add the endurance. Okay, that's off to a horrible start. Just don't.
Fun.
Oh, almost got that 12.
Last one. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
All right, Darnak.
They're finally gone down.
Darnak, you like I said, they cut his shirt open, they tear it up, they put little paddles on, right, and you see him charge up, try to give him some life, and you see her stab him with a medical stem, so the nanites enter his system. Doesn't get anything. She's got a little a comm terminal on the side with a little hollow screen and a hollow display, and hits him again, and you see suddenly like the little vitals come back, doop, 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 whatever. You see a little heart rate, takes a breath, and then you just see him start shaking. And he just seizes. Blood is now pooling up on the ground, and she continues. She hits him again. And nothing happens. For a couple more minutes, the medical officer continues, injects a couple more stims, and then finally looks up at you and shakes her head. Like, sorry, there's no way we're getting him back. There's literally a pool of blood now on the floor of this desert barge. What are you doing there, buddy?
Anon's gone. Okay. So I guess.
A couple of the security guards, like,
Yeah.
what's that?
But if they can't help him, I can't help him. Unless. What's the deal with augmenting him? You have to be alive, though? I mean.
Well,
Wait.
So.
yeah, yeah. Typically, there's. I mean, like I said, maybe if you were, I don't know, give me an intelligence roll first. Right. I mean, you're familiar. There's not a lot in this town that they wouldn't have the means to do that. You know, I mean, even with everything firing, you'd need to be in a high-tech city for them to be able to upload or download his memories into a core, which would probably be your best bet.
Facility for that, right? Because like.
Yeah, you need gear in the right facility
Yeah.
to be able to do all that.
Right.
So as you're contemplating this woman walks up to you. Shorter, she has darker hair, and she's dressed pretty plainly, like doesn't really stand out. But the security guards like move past, like back away as she, let her pass and walk up to you. She looks down. She's like, "Sorry about your friend."
Yeah. Thanks.
And she looks around. She's like, looks at you and she's like, "It's gonna be 35,000 for the stims we just used."
Cool.
And she just stands there waiting for waiting for you to.
I didn't hear it. Just say.
What? What happened? Hold on, I lost you guys. What?
Yeah, I can't hear. I'm not.
Bobby, are you talking? We can't tell.
Dead.
You're right. You are dead.
Yeah.
Darnak, what do you do? What do you do? She's just like, "Yep, it's 35 for the stems and that we just used."
55, but he had a vault card on him.
You had what?
What was that in your vault card there, man?
21, 288. But there was a lot of materials in my backpack.
A backpack filled with grenades.
Just making a list of it.
Well, what do we learn? It's good to have some critical trauma kits from this experience.
What is it?
So she's still standing there, waiting for her. What do you want to do there?
It's putting on his card and
It's like, well, that's not 35, but
so that apparently I'm gonna have to cover the rest of that.
you don't need to. What was that? What's going on with the video? I can't hear. Like,
I can't hear.
yeah.
Not even.
Hey, non, you're cutting out there, buddy. I know you're dead, but we couldn't hear you. I don't know why. You muted? There we go.
Now?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe the mic's acting up. I've got a bunch of grenades. Maybe they're worth something.
Yeah, like here, you're gonna take this, and I'm leaving, or else. All right, so
It's on. It's got 21. They need 35. For a dead guy. That's awesome.
well, I mean, medical's not cheap in this world, you know. So, what do you think? It would have been less expensive if you had. I mean, even a critical trauma kit is almost 10K by itself.
I'll be right.
Very well. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you there was some easy way out of this, but unfortunately, I mean, he got his ass kicked. Like, even I know what you were trying to do with like the afterlife and all that, but in the city, unless you put him on ice or something, you know, and you transported him to another location, but that's going to cost.
We're just in a shitty town.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, even here's the thing: even if you could somehow cryogenically freeze him on the barge, there's no pot. You know, it's not. There's just it's a bad situation to be in for all that.
Yeah. And I'm left with a bill.
Yeah. Well, you know, like you said, you do have grenades and stuff to buy or to sell or to give them, so there is that.
I mean,
What's that? She looks at you and she asks, she's like, well, what do you have?
21,000. And he's got a shitload of ammunition and explosives in here.
And she looks around. She's like, I don't need the ammunition. I'm sorry about your friend, and I'm sorry, but we need to cover the cost. Just give me 20.
It's 21. Take it.
She's like, what are you, you're going to get rid of him?
Yeah. What am I doing? Carrying him back to the hotel?
I don't know. What are you doing with him? Still warm. I mean, sure, to the right person. You can husk him out. I mean, it's not like you have Augs or anything, right?
To go bury him. Clearly.
Then we'll have. Yeah, I mean, okay.
That's it. Nothing else to do.
I mean, I knew this guy. I didn't think you guys were going to die from this guy, but
Accidents happen.
they do. I mean, who's going to blow up grenades? I might have to think this one through. And that was only like the first couple pair. That was like just the beginning. I mean, how shit can go south in an hour. That's what it should be called. How's that mutant of yours? Is he ready to go?
Is he growing mushrooms yet?
Even if there was an afterlife, I mean, you're looking at a lot of money for those services, you know?
Yeah.
It happens. Welcome to the Wastelands, my friend. I think that's actually, Isn't that the first like real death we've had in the last 2 years, anyways?
Yeah.
With all the
Yeah,
shenanigans,
I haven't been.
right? It's not fun unless people are dying. Yeah, you don't even have any medical or anything, right? Skills. Yeah, no. So there's,
Genetics, robotics, hacking, drinking.
like I said, I mean, getting here was your best bet. Because they did have all the critical trauma and all the kits and stuff, but there's no way stims could have helped in that situation. So all right, well, anyways, that's exciting. You never know, and I feel like if there were more players, we'd be able to keep going and all this fun stuff. But you got to tell me, what are you doing, Darnak? Because it's you and your buddy. And you got the security guards there, and the girl takes the cards, and she walks off.
Pick his backpack up. Leave the carriage. I'm pretty distraught, confused, at a loss.
I mean, you woke up today, and the two others were gone. And, you were just going to go retrieve a vehicle.
Awesome.
So now you're, yeah, all right. You walk down the you walk down the ramp back into the desert. Where are you going?
So, now I want to find a spot to bury him.
All right. I mean, it's a dusty desert town, and you're not that far. I mean, you're already on the outskirts because the sand barge can't go into town. I mean, yeah. Usually, you just bury it, take a little hole and bury him in the sand. Call it a day. So what else are you gonna do? I mean, you could theoretically husk his body out if you could find the right person, but
His body out.
Tasty meat.
what's that?
Someone's gonna be looking for some tasty meat.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, might as well get some meat around. I sent you the my item list, by the way, Jason.
Okay.
he had a couple things. Well, just that. You find a medical practice who might want his organs to A, use for something, or B, to, use for something like cooking. That's a thing.
You said it's a pretty small town, isn't it?
It is a small town. Well, I mean, you can probably find just, a little house with somebody in it. I mean, we're not talking like a nice fancy medical facility here. We're talking about like, basement, your basement backwoods.
Die.
Huh? I mean, worst case, you could put them on the exchange.
For sale. If that's the option, then give me, then sure.
All right.
This has to have some sort of monetary value to it. Okay.
I mean, sure, if you're into eating cannibalism, but do you want to actually deal with all that? By the way, give me an endurance check, Darnak. All right. You get to the bottom. You're contemplating what to do with him. You get to the bottom of the ramp. You walk about 10 meters with him, and then just fall to the ground on your knees. He's just, the weight is just too much. I mean, you're damaged. Remember, you had a bullet rip through you.
My torso's pretty.
So you can't carry him anymore. You look down and you just see this pussing, this like white frothy foam. When fish like blow bubbles. That's kind of what it looks like right now coming out of you.
Right.
And you just can't carry him anymore.
So now I have to find a facility to be repaired. There's a dead body at the bottom of this cargo patrol. It's a great scene. Good. It's wonderful.
Take a shit and go. Yeah, there you go.
I've still got my other character.
You do. Which one? Oh yeah,
Stryb, the doctor.
he's a doctor.
That's the one that knew Darnak.
Oh, great.
All right. Well, you're there, and all of a sudden this doctor walks up to you. What's this one's name? I don't remember.
This was Stryb. He's the cross-eyed doctor, the ginger. That's about 5'5" and hates androids.
Oh yes, I think we played him
But
like
he
once or twice.
never noticed this because Darnak's one of the good ones. Yeah, like he
Mhm.
lets it go. It's fine. Like he doesn't even see him as an android.
Okay.
He's basically human.
He's
Well,
colorblind. Good.
remember, he's not Darnak's not an android. He's just an augmented. So he's an augment.
He's just a human with some metal bits on him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the same.
No, totally different. The big
No,
android.
By the wall.
This doctor walks up to you out of the blue, out of nowhere. I mean, he wasn't. You were in town. I think you guys were all traveling in the same direction, right?
Things happen. We split apart.
And yeah. All right. So you come across this guy carrying a dead body on the ground. He's not in good shape. You see that. His pus is, this white pus is coming out of his side, foaming. What do you do there?
I'm going to look him eye to eye. I'm going to tell him that, in my professional opinion, as a medic level 1, he's dead. You should probably get some help for yourself. You're not going to get that far. You're kind of oozing some bits, and you could use a bandage.
BS here.
I mean, there's a point. Give me an endurance check, Darnak.
Fine.
Just don't get a 1. I need a 10. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
That's kind of like a 1. It's just with a 0.
It is. It is a 1, just with a 0. All right. He makes a valid point. I mean, you see it like an area you could leave his body. I mean, what's the point of burying somebody in the desert? I mean, you could if that's really what I wanted you to do. But you are hurting, and you're not quite sure how much more of that you could take. You're not getting better as time goes on. You did get shot through,
Look eye to eye, but one of them just wanders off. I do have.
You have what? I don't know. I can't hear you again. The microphones are wonky tonight. Someday. Well,
Critical trauma kits, so I should be able to shoot them.
you do. This one is a doctor, and you have a critical trauma. This is literally what you just needed for the other guy. Like,
Yeah, I know.
talk about choosing the wrong character. to
Timing
play.
doesn't always work out for everyone.
No,
You're iron.
that's fine. However, in this situation,
Or do I need a repair station?
well, yeah, you need a cyberneticist foremost, but
It's fluid. All you gotta do is patch up the bits. It should be all the same.
so
Shop there? Because, I got level 3 cybernetics. Is this something I can fix myself or not?
no, you need a shop to do that. You're not fixing level 3. So pretty much how it works is now. So you're critical.
Blowtorch.
I mean, that's a step in the right direction. Sure. No, no. You're, how about you need some stim pack. You need advanced med kit for this. Do you have any of those there, Bobby? Because a critical trauma is for when you're already dead and dying. It'll bring you back pretty much.
Fractures bit. It says I've got one advanced.
Hey.
One advanced bit.
Actually, do you have a revive kit on you?
No, I've got a critical, a fracture, and advanced med kit.
Oh, all right. So here's how it works, right? So while you're alive, you use medical kits. You use medical stims. nanite injections will help, last longer. When you're in that 0 to like 60, so you go like you're dying, that's when you use your critical trauma kit. Now, if you get to 0 and you actually die, or negative 60, negative 60, when you hit that mark, you're officially dead. Unless you have a revive kit. And then with that kit, you can potentially come back still, because it's got all the shots of nanites and the adrenaline, and it packs a punch to wake you up, and then you can worry about healing it. So that's what you would have needed to, which I think I gotta make this list a little bit better so that you know that. But I feel like this.
I didn't have that though.
Yeah. So, just for future note down the line, I'll make this a little more clear. That way, people know exactly what they need and when, for that. But that was, those rounds, he was using a decent assault rifle. You saw it. It was 5d12 damage plus blow through on a lot of it. Not as good as the NPR that you were using at all, but
It's a BFG right there.
Pretty much it is. So, all right, what are you guys doing?
Get on to it.
Gas station or something.
Stations.
All right. So, are you helping him? What's going on in that?
I'm gonna begrudgingly help him because I still think it's all just
Bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah, it's not what he needs, but I'm gonna take him there. 'Cause
Okay.
It's a friend.
What's
That's
your
fine.
character name?
What's that?
What
The what?
his new character name?
Oh yeah. What's this one called? I don't remember. Bobby. What's your name? What the hell? I don't know what's going on with the audio.
Yeah. They're down.
No, it's just not hanging in there. Bobby, what's your guy's name?
It's TRYB. First one, 1.
You're a much likable fella. That's right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the one eye and the the halitosis and
Yeah,
all that.
he's a good one. I remember him now. I have him here
Yeah.
somewhere.
5'5" ginger dwarf-esque one.
Yes. I'm like, what are we making
Full
here?
Pontiac beard.
Yes.
This is the person that's gonna help me.
Yeah, I'm carrying you right now. You're getting the full whiff of the body odor going on right now.
It's
Well,
he's a stocky fellow. What? What is
Didn't you just say he's carrying me?
he's helping you. Yeah.
Oh, alright.
there's a lot of complaints coming from a dying man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just got a whole bunch of meat. Slide a local Home Depot. Get some donuts.
Donuts. All right, you guys head back into the main like street that goes through town or whatever, and there is a cyberneticist who he brings you over to, and you enter, and it's your typical, you walk through a kill box. It's definitely not the nicest cyberneticist place ever. It's probably, well, it's lower than, it's not as good as where you got augmented, that's for sure. But it's something.
I've been glitching, so that place was lower than.
Everything's glitching. Fuck.
For Darnak, some worm shine. He's not looking good.
He pulls out some Wernshine and hands it to you.
Good, I have drinking. Bring it on.
So the cyberneticist comes up and he's like, you look like you're in rough shape there, buddy.
Yeah, you took a round center mass. I need some.
That's fine. You got credits?
Some. What are we talking?
Well, that's and it kind of like looks down at you, and it's still pussing white bubbles out of it. And let me see, where is it? moment. One moment. Let me pull up this stuff. I need more screens. I really do. Sweet.
My third next time.
So what do you need for repair there? How many units? How many units there?
Torso is typically
20.
20 out of 1.
Yeah, so you need 19.
Yes.
So he's like, looks at it, pokes his finger into it. It hurts when he does that. It's like, it's probably going to be about 16. What? 1,000? 16,000? Okay.
I can fund you 662.
Here's your money.
That's all I got.
You should probably spend that on glasses. There, don't those.
His eye kind of just looks off again. What is going on here? All right, he holds out his vault card. Do you have that? What did you just? Oh, you took his money and gave it to her. So you did have 30.
Exactly.
God damn it! I wish I caught that. All right, well there you go. You're out 16,000. So he's like, all right, you swipe it. He takes off 16. He's like, all right, follow me back. So he kind of like looks at. Are you following him there, Bobby? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going with him. He's my buddy.
Okay. So you follow him back into like one of the operating rooms. You go down this hallway. You walk to your right into this room. It's your typical. It's kind of got this table, some medical equipment around. Things don't look sterile. There's plastic on the walls and stuff. Plastic on the floor. It looks like your typical butchery, like not nice. Well,
I look at you and I'm like, hey, I need you to make sure this goes well.
Pretty clean to me.
you got a couple of cybernetic arms and other augmentations around the room too. So it's a mix of biological parts, and yeah, and mechanical too. So, anyways, he gestures over. He's like, "All right, sit down."
Okay. All right. You want me to try and give you a pep talk with my 1 charisma?
I want you to just oversee this. Make sure it's
Yeah,
still
I'll
okay.
give you a quick pep talk with my 1 charisma. There you go.
That's amazing.
You're
So
gonna be fine.
his pep talk is anything but amazing, and he is definitely not reassuring you that this place is kosher by looking around.
Your choice at this point, son.
All right, so you sit down. You lay down on the table. All right. He pulls out a couple of stims. He comes over you and he looks at you and he's like, "This won't hurt at all." And he slams in 3 stims right into your chest. I assume you took your armor off. He told you to take your armor off. We'll say that.
Yeah.
And then he slams them into your chest. And the stims rush into your system. And he begins to work. And I say, take like a 2-minute, take a 2-minute break while you're getting work on real quick, and then we'll come back. How about that? Take a 2-minute? Yeah. All right, sounds good. We will take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back momentarily. All right, well, let's see. Is this everything? Do we have sound this time? I want to say yes.
I don't even know.
Oh well. This is what you do. You know, we're ironing things out, working on kinks. I mean, it's literally just testing system and stuff. I mean, you guys are in a shitty town, and you did die, which sucks. And I think that's everything's back. I don't know. Stream issues. Good times. We'll have to, I don't know. We'll polish it all out. Eventually. It's fine. Everything's fine. The fact that you got your ass kicked, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
was just hoping I'd blow up.
But it's official. So,
I hadn't said it yet, but I was trying to work in the fact of dropping my backpack, and that way my grenades got jumbled up. So when I reached for one, I'd actually have to take a chance on what was in there.
Well, there was that talk. Remember back, I don't know, when we were playing about a year ago, you wanted to get the heartbeat bomb?
Yeah, I know. I really wanted that.
But it was, what, 30, 40,000 or something like that?
Yeah.
it's a heartbeat.
He dies and it blows up.
Yeah. That was one of those messages I passed him while you guys were wondering what the fuck I was writing.
If you died, it blows up?
Yeah.
So you just become a grenade.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, then technically I've got grenades on me too, so it becomes a grenade into grenades.
so it's an inception grenade.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Wonderful.
takes out everything around him. That makes complete sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
for my character and what he is,
I mean, if you had a pyro, wouldn't you want to, leave a mark, a lasting impression? But yeah, no,
I should
don't.
say, because my character died, I was like very happy I got to see that giant fire with 12.
Well, that's why I was like, yeah, you're a pyro. I mean, a 12 hit on the face and a huge fireball, like that's cool. All right, I like it. He'd like that too. No. Well, no, you know what you did? Like I said, you torched his outer armor and stuff. I mean, he was definitely, you singed him, and he was close to being done. It was by a miracle. I mean, he had a foam metal vest that saved his ass, pretty much. But like I said, he had a power pistol on him, and he didn't pull that out after the fight. Like he was going to originally start with that, but as soon as that incendiary grenade went off, he pulled out his Bushmaster, his assault rifle, and that obviously you saw that ripped you guys apart pretty quick, where a little pistol's not going to do enough. So, I mean, right there, the power pistol and the rifle he had, that was almost 100,000, I think, in equipment. What's that?
All I can say in my defense is the flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
Oh, and you did burn bright,
Yeah.
but no, keep him. I mean, don't get rid of him. We'll bring him in. I mean, we're kind of doing one shot, I guess, / just testing stuff out for the world, anyways. So
This dude just took an incendiary and pulled a little pistol around to take him out. I was too freaked out to fucking hit him.
well, I mean, you didn't freak out and run away like you could have, So, but
Do that.
yeah, I mean, you're pretty bad, anyways. So, all right. You're in the cyberneticist for quite some time. Let me put it that way.
Yep.
We're talking, hours are going by while he's working on you. So,
Any streaming again?
oh yeah,
Because
we're on. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't specify that. We've been talking while we were on because it works better that way. Anyways, like I said,
Doesn't matter to me. It's just I didn't have the stream running, so I didn't know.
oh,
it's still frozen on my end.
it decided to crash. What is? Refresh the refresh the.
Oh,
Good.
I'd refresh it. There you go. Yeah, look at that. See, it's. Yeah. Just refresh it. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
We're all on the same page now. yeah, for 5 minutes or something. I've been on.
Change the picture for my roll 20.
Oh, you mean the name?
Yeah.
I'd do it, but I'd have to go into the overlays and stuff, and I don't want to.
Oh, no, I mean roll 20. It's a flame next to a bunch of bunch of TNT.
Oh, is it? I didn't even see that. See, I don't see. I've got so many menus and screens up. I don't even know what is
So
what.
back,
All right. Anyways, so this guy's working on him. Darnak, he puts you out. He's like, I'm gonna have to open you up and work on this because you're a mess. In which case he does, I guess, unless you say no.
I'd like to oversee it.
I mean, you do have somebody there watching, so you should be okay.
Yeah, I don't want anything. Somebody out.
Okay, so Bobby, as
Not that smart. That's unfortunate for a doctor.
I don't even know how you're a doctor, honestly, but huh?
What?
All right, so you're watching him.
You're already under. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Darnak's out, right? And you're you're sitting, or you're watching this all, and you're trying to put in your 2 cents every once in a while. You and your highly intelligent doctor, which has a wandering eye, and you do notice. Give me your intelligence check.
It's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Just
Darnak.
because. I mean, comically, like you need a 12. One. You think this guy's doing a great job, from what you can see, and he's kind of moving. Remember, even though he's fully augmented, he has what? He had. How did I even allow this character to be made? That's my question. So he's over there. He's operating on him. He's got him opened up, right, and he's trying to repair his damage. And even though a lot of his systems are augmented, he's still got a lot of human internal organs.
Yeah.
And you can't really like see what he's doing. You're trying to like nose your way in. You think he's doing all right, and he kind of like puts them back together and stuff. You see like, a mix of these organs, and in between them, there's this foamy white, just kind of like what was coming out of him when he got shot. But it looks good. You think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
And he looks over at you, and he's like, "Do you see this? This is not okay. Whoever worked on this AUG and put this together, no. They did.
He's not an AUG. He's just got some metal bits in him.
Saying my previous job was too.
He's like a couple of metal bits. No, he's a full AUG. This is a fully augmented frame.
No, I refuse to believe that. Not my buddy.
He just kind of looks at you. He's like, "Oh, okay, well, believe whatever you want." Why? Who are you again? Like, who are you again?
I'm an accredited doctor.
That's nice. Then you're familiar with biological systems and heart and lung and all this.
Yeah, all the squishy bits. I got that stuff down.
Yes, all the squishy bits. Give me a charisma check. No.
Roll ones. For me. Oh, okay.
Okay. So he
One for charisma.
you are a yeah. Well, somehow you got an 11. He kind of believes you. I mean, he looks at. You can tell that he's kind of like hesitant. He's not quite sure if he fully believes you, but he points out some stuff. He's like, well, whatever the case is, whoever put this AUG together did a bad job. He had a huge infection. He's like, this is gonna cost more. I gotta fix this. I can't just sew this back up like it's not here. And he like looks at you, waiting for like a response, like something of like, hey, yeah, that's right, do it.
Well, how much? I mean, I gotta pay it, so I gotta figure out a way to pay it. I mean, he's not an AUG. I don't know what's wrong with this
Well-
doctor. So
He's
No, no.
he's like it's probably gonna be about another 15. There's a lot of damage. Like he's not only got an infection.
Would he take trades?
Who are you asking, me or the doctor?
Because I mean, I've got this bag full of grenades with my buddy passed out. Like, I mean, they got to be worth something.
He kind of just like looks at you, looks at the bag. Give me a charisma. Again,
That's
your one charisma. How do you have a one charisma?
Well, you know, that's the halitosis.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a 1. He's just kind of like, no, I don't want any of that. It's got to be credits. I mean, there's a general store across the street. Maybe we can go sell the stuff there.
That works. I'm gonna just drag that bag over there.
He's like, I've got at least another hour.
Does my buddy Darnak have anything on him? I should just like speak.
Yeah.
Make sure I can get him back to life. Any credits? Should I
Well-
start pilfering around in his pockets?
If you do that, you'll find there are 2 encrypted vaults from a while back.
See what skill would help him with that? Can I just like start checking around to see if he's got some money on him to help?
I mean, yeah. Well, you find 2 vault cards that are encrypted. If you've got
Oh, so
any type of hacking, that will help you for that.
I do not have hacking.
Then,
I only have.
Unfortunately, you can't access the funds at the moment.
Yeah. So I need 15K. Shit.
Yep.
15K, but
I guess I'm gonna have to just drag that backpack over there.
Yeah, you're gonna leave and just walk across the street with the backpack.
Yeah, full of grenades.
Okay. All right. That's fine. He looks at you, kind of like nods. He goes back to working on his body and stuff, patching him up. You leave the building with the bag with the bags, the bag of grenades. Walk across the street. You see the general store. You know, the general trader is same thing. It's in this ratty building that looks aged from time and getting beaten by sun and wind. And you know, it's well into the evening, so the sun is definitely not up yet. You walk into the building, and it's your usual general store where it is a kill box. So you walk into this heavily armored, area, and you see shelves of supplies and stuff back behind this metal bulletproof glass, so you can't get in there, obviously. And at the counter, there's this bigger gentleman in a tank top who's looking at a hollow screen with some dancing women on it or something, And he doesn't notice you as you walk in.
Friend.
You're-
Friend of mine. If we could just work out a deal, we've got some explosive deals going on here.
He looks up over at you and looks at the bag. Explosive, huh?
Explosive.
What kind of
Absolutely eruptive.
what kind of explosive?
explosives.
Stuns, incendiary, flash. What are you looking
All right, so you go through the bag of holding that you dragged across the street or whatever. There's an area on the counter where you can kind of put the items, and it can come in, and you start taking out grenade after grenade. He looks at them all, and he's like, "That's a lot of shit you got there. This is a weaponry, but those look mighty interesting. I don't freaking where's the list of stuff? I do have that sheet here. Hold on. Your exact item list, I believe I have right here. So, is this really all in your freaking bag? Plastic. I don't know if you used. We told you.
I've been keeping track of these. So.
You don't have the neutron bomb anymore, right? We use that up on the desert
No,
worm.
it's gone.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So he looks through, he's like, I'll give you like 5 for everything.
Like 500?
Yeah, like 5,000. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in here.
I need 15,000 though, I think. Yeah, it's
Well,
not gonna...
it's up to you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Just pull a pin and run.
Wait, what?
There's no point pins. What?
Who's pulling pins? What?
Pins. I'm not pulling pins. I'm just thinking of open. I just sent just an entire list of those items. Because I got multiple grenades worth like $900.
They're not gonna give you 9. I mean,
My charisma.
go ahead, roll charisma. Let's see how persuasive you can be.
So that's what we're like. It's the worst. I can say no and then go back there and threaten the doctor with his life.
There you go. I mean, he's like, all right, I'll give you 6 for it, but that's it.
Oh, grenades. Will they keep the deal for me for like an hour? I want to go talk to the doctor to see if they'll wait till
he goes.
Darnak wakes up.
All right, you ask him. He looks back at his like. He just kind of like, and then looks back at his hollow dancers, and pays no more mind.
Blow up this whole fucking shop.
It's down there.
What are you doing then? You're still jogging? You're going back, or?
I'll take the 6,000 and then go back for a down payment.
All right. So he looks back up at you, and he's like, oh, fine. So you put all the stuff in the drawer, and it goes onto the other side of the counter. He swipes up, holds a vault card up to the window. And you have a vault card, right? Yours. I mean, every character should.
Yep, so I got 6,
So you've got...
228.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, I'm gonna go back,
What are we
give him this...
whole thing?
You got 6,000 for the whole bag.
We need what? To patch me up?
Patch who up?
Me.
Who's you?
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna go back and talk to him
Okay.
and say that I've got like a down payment. Go back to the shop
Okay.
and say, look, he's got credits on him. I got 2 vault cards right here. He's got credits on him. So
All right.
here's the down payment. Revive him.
You walk in.
And
He's
There's the rest of your...
got him pretty much stitched up, and he's still unconscious, but he's on the table. And he's over there, and he's wiping his hands. You see him hold it under some biofoam, and then he kind of just wipes it, and you see this like blood, dripping off him and stuff. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't have a choice. He's got some cards on him, you say?
Yeah, exactly. Like I've got 6. I'll give you everything I got right now. 6, 228, and he's got credits on him right now. As soon as he wakes up,
Oh,
and I'll smile my big toothy English grin.
okay.
each
That's fine.
is fighting for itself. And, yeah, you know, I'm wandering around and see what I can do with my charisma.
All right. He looks over and he's like, well, that's fine. He pulls out his stim, goes over to him, takes the vault card, pulls out his stim, goes over to Darnak, and another stim right in your chest. Darnak, you wake up, gasping for air as the nanites injected into your system and quickly, woke you up, pretty much. And you see Bobby. He's standing there, and the cyberneticist is cleaning his hands. Back to cleaning his hands again.
So how did that go?
And you're still groggy. You're kind of like coming back to existence. And you sit up, and he asks you.
I'll just be standing right above you, full halitosis breath right in your face. How you doing, buddy? Sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you there, Jay.
My there?
You are, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, so I sit up and ask, like, all right, how long did that go?
It's been like 4 days.
Oh, fuck with me.
What? Well, why would you ask something if you're not going to accept the answer? Like, you've always been an ass. You're fine. We saved you. By the way, you got to give up those vault cards. We're in debt now.
Right, fine.
I sold off all that stuff that you had with you. It's all gone.
Need to live.
Yeah. I don't know about whoever the hell you were carrying around before, but you should be fine now. I don't know what this Og doctor was doing to you. I could have saved you better, but I just didn't get.
You're not sure you really believe that, but
It's all right. Lay it on me. Sit down.
so he pretty much explains to you. He's like, well, let's see. You had some major infections. Probably that hole through your chest helped because I was able to open you up a little bit and fix it. So whoever put you together, well, they did a shit job. But your human parts should be okay. And your augmentations, they might be a little sketchy still, but you could have you could have a linking failure. I'm not quite sure. I feel like whoever put you together rushed, and they didn't do a very good job.
Linking failure. That's cool.
You ever feel like you're out of sync lately? And obviously, you haven't noticed anything really. Besides the glitching, I mean, Anon did, but he's not with us, so.
Well, I've just noticed that you owe me 228 credits, so I'm gonna need that in workshop.
That's what he just says. Okay. So he's like, well, and what you owe me another 14? Is that what he said?
15. I gave him 6,228.
Oh, so you only owe him 15?
Can't, man. Well, I'm gonna...
So you only owe him 8, right?
Well, I don't even know here. I
Yeah.
didn't have anything worth that. Still, for here. What do we need to do to pay this off?
I don't know. We need to get you a better mic because this fucking breaking up is getting.
Because tonight,
Huh?
everybody's mic is breaking up tonight.
No. How's it set? I can't hear myself, so I have no idea. Anyways.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Looking at to pay this off.
And you see him, he's just like tidying up and stuff as you guys are talking about this. I mean, you still have that job theoretically. Vehicle retrieval.
Vehicle. And then I can have the rest of your money.
Who are you telling? The cyberneticist?
Yeah.
He's probably gonna want us to leave something with him.
Good. Because, yes, that's what he says.
Or I've got cyanide pills.
What the fuck is he doing that?
What are you going to do with the cyanide pills?
Every character of mine has cyanide pills.
I mean, every character should. But what are you going to do with it?
You've got augments, right? Like, you can hold them down and just... one pill. You know what? Let's just go steal that car. Let's just go take the car. Yeah, that's easier. Let's go do that. You guys know what's going on.
Because we need money now. I need money.
Let's not talk about this in front of the doctor. The doctor. One of those augment doctors.
All right.
So what are we going to believe? What do you
He's
need?
not a real doctor.
Shut up.
All right. You guys leave. I take it you leave. You know, you owe him 8K. You do still have that mission, so you guys are going after the vehicle. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. He's my buddy.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
This is like,
he's like my one friend. The one guy that deals with the body odor, halitosis, all that stuff. I'm gonna go with him.
I mean, who doesn't have
Why?
body?
Because his nose doesn't work. It never got programmed right.
There you go. That's possible. But who doesn't have body odor in this, nowadays in this world? So, okay.
So it's like a 20-minute walk, you said, out of...
Yeah. So you guys start to head towards the garage, and on your way down the street, you see this big area where this blackened scorch mark appears to have been. It looks like there's a fire. You know, Darnak, you recognize it as the place. Well, you see just massive amounts of blood pulled up on the ground in one area, and then around him you just see these burn marks. The body's no longer there, obviously. It was quickly taken and husked out, and so was his gear, but you see where there was the firefight, and there's blood all over the place as you continue your walk down this main stretch of street, and you head out to towards the garage. It's a 10-minute walk about, we'll say, through town, and there's really not much going on. There's people here and there. The sun, it's still a couple hours away from rising, but it's starting to get like that pre-morning light is starting to come up. And up ahead you see the garage, and out front you see a couple of guys just standing guard. They're wearing their usual desert cloaks. They're wearing, pretty much capes, cloaks, whatever you want to call them. And then they've got these masks on as well, so you can't really see their faces. What do you guys want to do?
Guys, it's just me. It's just me and you. Maybe I can sweet talk.
Don't do that.
I'm just look. You're downplaying my abilities.
Just be quiet. You're here for medical abilities.
Alright.
So, I'm gonna film it again.
You broke up again. I heard nothing you just said.
And so I'm gonna approach them, see what they say. Feel like I need to retrieve a call.
All right, you walk up to them, the two guys out front that you see, and as you get closer, you see underneath one of their head coverings, they actually have a full helmet on, so they're wearing at least a full set of armor that you can see. And you walk up to them, they watch as you approach, and you're like, you're here to retrieve a car. They kind of just look at each other, you know. Guy without the helmet looks over, and they look back at you, and they're like, yeah, why don't you get the fuck out of here? And they kind of, and you can see they've got, one of them seems to be packing like an Uzi, the other one's kind of got like a small compact rifle.
Just gonna start looking for another way in the garage.
So you're gonna start walking around looking at the garage. So do you go away from like in the direction they told you to, or are you just like whatever, fuck you? Dip down the side alley.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, fuck it. These guys aren't gonna be right, so going inside alley.
Okay, you head down the side alley. Bobby, where are you going there, buddy?
Follow behind, going down the side alley, using my, my dexterous abilities. Follow.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what speed though. I'm actually, if it's speed, I've got an 8.
Well, all right. So we'll say you stepped back a little bit as he walked up to the guards and whatever, and they kind of were just like, get the fuck out of here. And instead of going away from you, walk down and like up the alleyway. And you hear them. They're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We said get the fuck out of here." And as their commotion, you see like in front of you, another guard kind of was doing a rounds around the garage. He came around the corner and he's walking towards you. What are you going to do there, Darnak?
He's further up the alley.
Yeah, he's like you. So if you went down the alleyway, he's basically just came around the corner for the back of the building.
Make this fun. I'm running up towards that guy.
You're just sprinting right up towards him.
Down the alley. Let's go.
Okay, so you take off towards him at the alleyway, and he kind of looks at you as you approach, and you see him like getting this stance of like, this very cautious stance as you approach, and he reaches for his weapon. And I don't know, shall we continue, or you guys want to just stop there for now, since this is kind of a clusterfuck at the moment.
I'm done.
See if we can't get rid of 2 characters tonight. How about that? Let's roll initiative. Darnak, roll initiative.
Here we go.
It's the worst that can happen. I already rolled a 3rd character. I'm fine.
How many characters can you go through? Who's rolling? What's that? Hang on, you got a 5.
That's me.
What'd you get, Jay? 11.
11.
All right, and let's do some initiative for these guys. All right. What are you doing, Darnak?
From that last interaction, fuck it. Let's go in blazing. Mag rifle's coming out.
All right, give me a fire. Give me a shot. Okay, give me damage. You remember what the damage is there, buddy? Do you? Huh?
about D12 for an S5.
Yeah. What's your damage there?
Buddy.
What? I can't deal with this.
Here, you're all like,
Yeah, it's breaking up every fucking. I don't understand why it's so bad. There you go. 24 times what? 4?
Says 3D12. That's what I've got for my S5 pistol, which is a suppressor.
Well, we appear to just keep having audio problems here and every other type of problem, so I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm not quite sure what the issue is, but we need to address said issue because this is just a little rough to do. I feel like maybe we should all have this battle so we can get our shit together and let's come back at it another time maybe because this is just not happening.
Alright.
So well, that was an interesting game this evening. We've got so much done. Yeah.
we have epic coming up.
I want to say that's a clusterfuck of whatever just happened. They seem to be chaotic, but yeah, we'll have to work on our technical issues. And once that's fixed, I'm sure it'll be great. And we'll get a couple more people in here. Not that just.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Darnak got my guy killed. That's fine.
I mean,
It's every time.
yes,
Complaint for anything ever.
unbelievable. Yeah, sorry about that. That's all right. Like I said, keep them. I mean, we're pretty much just testing stuff anyways and going from there. So
Hopefully everything worked this week, so we can save this one to the
to the archives.
catalog.
I mean, it's not as bad as last week's, but still, it's not great. But we'll iron that out, and we'll be back hopefully next week, or unless we can get a Wednesday game. So
Alright, I'll see you guys.
Probably Wednesday here.
Yeah, I could possibly do Wednesday if it's later in the day. I mean, I just got to see what